I don't think that people keep confusing making these brackets as in another TV actor, another OTT actor, or a film actor. I mean, I don't know what people are thinking honestly, because when the camera rolls, you work on a character.
You ever think of making a love story? No.
I have thought of it, but it's going to be pretty dark.
Dark love story.
Of course.
But love stories are dark. I mean, Kohrra in a way is a love story for me.
So I was sent an audition test for this, and I was told that she's a mother of a 5-6-year-old. I said, मैं नहीं करना.
I think कहीं पिछले 5-7 सालों में जो एक नेगेटिव चीज़ हुई है ना, वो ये हुई है कि हमने ये कंटेंट वर्ड पकड़ लिया है. मुझे इस वर्ड से ही थोड़ी मुझे शिकायत है.
So people, my name is Reema Chhabda and you are watching Showreel on OTTplay. And today we have with us the team of Kohrra, who are all set to bring an interesting content on Netflix. Hello people.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
How is it going with the promotions?
Good.
Good fun.
Good.
Sudeep, I'll start with
like I'm not answering.
Yeah, I could see that.
These
on his
ideas.
face. Anyway, Sudeep, what is your relationship with the dark world? Every time we see something that you make, it's dark. We are loving it, obviously, but please tell us the process that you think behind it.
I think it's...
Why do you think you pick up such dark subjects?
Because I think I'm trying to understand the world around me. I'm trying to understand myself. I'm trying to understand the society I live in. I'm trying to understand why men or women end up doing things that they do. Not to say that this should be the only narrative, or this should be the only sort of search for answer that you might have. But personally, that attracts me a lot. The idea to be able to confront your own demons or to confront societal demons through your work and shine light upon them, just to be able to for us to be able to process them and understand them better, and hopefully, accept them and become better people because of that. It's really...
So it's about a positive thing, basically.
It's a quest for that, the light that we might find at the end of this dark tunnel.
You ever think of making a love story? No.
I have thought of it, but it's going to be pretty dark.
Dark love story.
Of course.
But love stories are dark. I mean, Kohrra in a way is a love story for me.
True.
I mean, it's various love stories, not just love story in a conventional romantic sense, but say even the relationship between a father and a daughter, there is love in between, right? And how do we understand that, and where do we go wrong with that, and what is the past that we bring into that? So I would say there are a lot of these sort of unconventional love stories in Kohrra that we are trying to deal with.
So instead of just going into the sarson ka khet thingy, you have taken the other part of Punjab.
Yeah,
ye bhi dekho.
But that's, I think it's a gross injustice to a place as rich in culture, and to a bunch of people who are so well-rounded and so wholesome, to brush them off or to paint them off as just fun, happy, loving. I mean, it's a lot more complex.
Foodies.
This foodies, balle balle. The normal image of Punjab. I think it's important to look at this place with a well-rounded lens, to see them as complex characters and a complex society that it is.
Harleen, how did you land this role, and what was your initial reaction when you read the script?
Okay, I'll be honest. When I got, so I was sent an audition test for this, and I was told that she's a mother of a 5-6-year-old. I said, मैं नहीं करना. So 2-3 weeks, I did not even look at it. I did not even read it because I was certain that
you don't want to play a mom.
Yeah, not right now.
Okay.
अभी 10-15 साल बाद ठीक है. So 2-3 weeks, so I didn't even. They kept calling, they kept insisting, come. But I was just like, in my head, I was very shocked कि मैं नहीं करूँगी. Then in the 3rd week, I remember that I got a call again from them, and then I thought, अब इतना कर रहे हैं तो मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ ऑडिशन सीन. तो मैंने ऑडिशन सीन पढ़ा, और मैंने 2 सीन आए थे मुझे. मैंने सीन पढ़े, and I was like, इतने अच्छे लिखे हुए हैं. I think ऑडिशन देना तो बनता है, आगे देखेंगे जो भी है, बिकॉज मुझे उसमें माँ वाला इतना वो नहीं लगा एज मच एज इट वाज द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द फादर एंड द डॉटर. सो आई वाज लाइक ओके लेट्स एक्सप्लोर दिस, लेट मी टेस्ट फॉर इट. देन आई वेंट एंड आई टेस्टेड फॉर इट एंड देन
It was a great test.
Yeah.
We all loved it.
Amazing. Barun, are you enjoying the OTT space?
Yes, I am.
And how has been the transition, television and now OTT space, and people are loving you here?
Yeah. I don't think that people keep confusing, making these brackets as in another TV actor, another OTT actor, or a film actor. I mean, I don't know what people are thinking, honestly, because when the camera rolls, you work on a character.
That's
It's as simple as that. Well, the only thing that I think is relevant that's supposed to be spoken about is the programming is different.
Yeah.
Like you do this, you pick up a character, you work on that for 4 months, 5 months, and I think that's the age of a character. Anyway, in my head, maybe I'm wrong. So that's the only difference, and I'm really liking it that way. I'm not the kind of person who can keep doing the same thing for 2 years. So that's the programming is the only difference.
So the platform where the film or the shows are releasing is nothing that concerns you.
It's not in my hands.
Still, like, do you have a choice? Like, I want to do in films or TV or on OTT platforms, or you just see the script?
Yeah. The script.
What about you, Harleen?
अगेन टू बी ऑनेस्ट थोड़ा लालच तो होता है कि अच्छा अमेजोन का शो है, नेटफ्लिक्स का शो है, यू नो ऑब्वियसली आप देखते हो, बट अगर आपको कोई ऐसा कैरेक्टर मिलता है जहाँ पे आपके पास बहुत स्कोप है परफॉर्म करने का, you definitely go with the script, you go with the team who's making it.
Right.
You look at that. So there are many factors that are involved, not just.
Are you saying do you take into consideration that what platform it is?
No, not really.
You saying would you decide?
Decide.
Yeah,
what?
like when you read the script, like are you does it matter to you कि ये OTT पे release हो रहा है? Not exactly the platform, but you know OTT platform or
but मैंने उसी का आंसर दिया.
Right, okay.
That's it. Yeah.
You're confusing.
Right, yeah. No, that's what she had said. What you said was कि do you choose?
Yeah, I got
सही
my
जवाब था
answer.
कि नहीं?
Yes, it was.
मैंने थोड़ा ऐसे दिया.
Got it. Sudeep, with the kind of content that is releasing on a daily basis on OTT platforms, on different OTT platforms, do you also think that इस वजह से quality और quantity में फर्क पड़ रहा है? Quality बढ़ते जा रही है और quantity बढ़ते जा रही है और quality घटती जा रही है?
I think so. I think so. There's a lot of films and shows getting made.
Yeah.
I think कहीं पिछले 5-7 सालों में जो एक नेगेटिव चीज़ हुई है ना, वो ये हुई है कि हमने ये कंटेंट वर्ड पकड़ लिया है. मुझे इस वर्ड से ही थोड़ी मुझे शिकायत है एक्चुअली. यू नो द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट लुकिंग एट इट एज यू नो it's okay for the studio to look at it as content, but the moment we filmmakers, writers start looking at it as content, it's a problem, you know. You are trying to tell a story, and you are trying to tell it in a story that connects with you in the most honest way possible.
Sure.
Which might not necessarily be the way everyone else is looking at it. But abhi na wo thoda ek wo ho gaya, you know, it's like, okay, we have to make content and put it out there because we need to have this amount of content coming out of our platform or coming out of our, वो थोड़ा scary है, you know, because a lot of stuff is getting made which we are not giving it enough time to be able to, because we are in such a hurry to make content and put it out there. No?
Yeah.
We are not able to really incubate it the way it needs to, you know. I mean, अगर आपको शो लिखना है, मुझे 1 साल लगता है एक अगर शो लिखने में, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि वो टाइम दिया जाए उसको. इफ़ वी डोंट गिव इट, वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू जस्टिस टू इट. एंड सेम विद द शूटिंग ऑफ इट, सेम विद द पोस्ट ऑफ इट. This sort of competition to be the first one and to be the one to release as much stuff or to drop as much stuff as possible, I think it's a little scary, you know. I think some amount of course correction is needed. Otherwise, yeah, you know, it's going to be difficult to even be able to know यार क्या आया है इस हफ्ते में. अभी तो वो भी पता चलना मुश्किल हो गया है. Like, you know,
with a lot of releases.
With a lot of, I'm like, I am a part of this industry and I like keeping myself abreast with क्या क्या आ रहा है. But मुझे नहीं पता होता है, हम लोगों को नहीं पता होता है कि you know ये कब आया, ये शो कब बना. There's just so much of it happening, which is great for, maybe it's great for the audiences.
Yeah.
on the face of it, but in the long run, it's not, because you're also, you know, sort of.
It's also great for shows like ours. You stand out in the.
Maybe you stand out, but it's also about, do we even reach the audiences? Because, you know, it's
There's
just so much of deluge.
Options.
You know, there's so much of deluge that, you know, उतना शायद patience भी कम होता जा रहा है. आप 5 मिनट देखते हो, उतना भी time नहीं देते हो कि यार let me watch one episode and like you were saying, you know, watch 5 minutes and then you decide, because.
But then also it becomes really difficult for makers, right?
It is
5 मिनट में आप decide कर लोगे कि you want to watch it, या फिर बहुत सारे shows है यार.
Yeah.
पर हमें ये भी बोला गया है कि एज एक्टर्स आपकी ऑडिशन जब देखी जाती है तो पहला 8 सेकंड देखा जाता है.
What are you saying?
Really?
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
it's that, I mean.
That's not you. She's not doing it. Don't worry.
I'm looking at it.
No, that I find it like 8 सेकंड में कैसे पता चलेगा?
हाँ, जैसे से मतलब 5 सेकंड में पता, इसको 5
ये
मिनट.
सही होगा बाकी लोगों के लिए. I'm sure करते होंगे यार.
But you judge a show in 5 minutes, so हमारी auditions भी 8 सेकंड में जज होती है.
I'm sure.
हाँ,
Sure.
ये मुझे बोला गया है.
But but that 5-minute theory was also had to do with I'm coming back to our show, and I was saying that people like me then also circle back when they hear a lot of good word of mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, but then when you say content is everywhere, right? आजकल लोग 10 सेकंड की Instagram story
हर
नहीं देख
चीज़
पाते
content है.
उसमें भी उन लोगों को fast ऐसा होता है कि 5 सेकंड में आपने entertain किया तो किया, otherwise
Right.
there are a lot of reels.
And there is this like sort of competition for eyeballs that is happening right now,
Yes.
and competition for time. कि you know, आपके पास अगर इतना वक्त है तो उस वक्त का ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बड़ा हिस्सा मेरे प्लेटफॉर्म के पास होना चाहिए, rather than saying okay, this is a story that I want to say, or that we want to put out there, and for it to be, you know, for it to be liked or well received. And I think that sort of slight shift in perspective that has happened is a little dangerous.
Yeah, but then do you think this has happened because of pandemic? उसके बाद से लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा OTT का एक तो चस्का भी लग गया है. And do you think this is going to affect the theatres now?
I mean, it did affect the theatres, but the theatres are also now back in form. I mean, I don't know if I'm really an expert in you know, in to be able to comment with any sort of depth about this particular issue, but I think there is. I mean, I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to that. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है अगर आप एक कहानी को अच्छे तरीके से बोलोगे, it will find its audience. You just have to support it in the right way. The makers have to give it the right vision. The platform or the producers, they have to support it with the right resources. If you do that, it will find its audience. And especially with OTT now, we should be even more confident about our work because it will find its audience.
That's true.
Sopranos एक show है, which is, according to me, along with The Wire, the greatest show ever made. You know, these two are, for me, like the holy grail of writing, long form writing. Sopranos मैंने एक pandemic में discover किया. 1999 में ये show air हुआ था. मैंने 2020 में 20 साल के बाद वो US में वो show बनाया और मैंने 20 साल के बाद ये इंडिया में ये show देखा है and it still worked for me. It blew me, right? And I'm saying now there is a possibility that you make something and it will always be there, unlike theaters. फिर ये होता था कि अब ये window है, एक हफ्ते या 2 हफ्ते हैं, you have to make sure they come in, you have to make sure that it's a hit, otherwise, you know, it's just gone from public imagination. You know, whatever it will live in satellite reruns and all that, like Nayak, you know, or Suryavansham. Yeah. So I think थोड़ा वो एक अपने उसमें कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, अपनी स्टोरी टेलिंग में कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, मेकर्स को भी और राइटर्स को भी और प्लेटफॉर्म्स को भी कि ठीक है यार, अगर इसको पहले हफ्ते में नहीं मिली यू नो व्यूअरशिप तो इसको आगे मिल जाएगी, बिकॉज यू नो देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड वर्ड ऑफ माउथ, देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड लॉन्जिविटी. पीपल विल फाइंड यू नो अ गुड शो.
Right.
I've gone into Hira's world. Suryavansham.
Oh, मैं देखी नहीं.
How did you miss it?
Are you serious?
He was watching his shows at that point of time.
Yeah, I was 15 years old at that time.
Okay, lastly, Barun and Harleen, I want to ask you, what kind of actors are you? Like, are you switch on and switch off actors, or you just get into the character and it becomes difficult for you to come out of it? Because here you are playing an intense character, जो confused भी है, but impactful भी है, और सतर्क भी है हमेशा. So how was it to get out of this character, or any character that you play on screen?
ये start living the character वाला तो doesn't work for me.
Okay, so you just
Because
switch
the
on and
kind of
switch off.
stuff I do, if I take that back home, मेरे को बाहर की रहना पड़ेगा.
The dark side.
Right, yeah. So, but it can't be on and off either.
Okay.
Because, like I said, usually the stuff that I pick up is so intense. So, what I do is, we were just talking about it, I actually create a roadmap in my own head
Okay.
about how I'm going to go about everything and then do just the right amount on the day and then forget about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. Harleen?
I sort of tried to live it.
Okay.
And especially this show, I realized how emotionally drained I got after I finished the show. When I was doing it, when I was into it, I didn't realize it. I just wanted to do my best and do even more takes.
Yeah.
But once we got done with the entire show, I was so drained. It's taken me a long time to come out of it. So I kind of
Take time.
try to live it also.
Okay. Okay.
जानबूझ के मैं अपना मूड खराब ही रखूंगी, झगड़े करूंगी.
Okay.
अगर मेरा मूड खराब होना है उसमें तो मैं आई विल लिव इट लाइक या सो मेरा थोड़ा है इशू.
Thank you so much for your time and all the best.
थैंक यू.
Thank you.